one of which was an antidepressant and an anti-anxiety medication. And I tell people all the time, if those two things were the only thing Plexus had ever done for me, I would buy these things, buy these products, and spend 3 times what they cost, because getting off that antidepressant and anti-anxiety medication was huge for me. And any of y'all that have ever struggled with that, you know what I'm talking about. My very first month with Plexus, I had no clue what I was doing. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, it's raining in Texas. That's why I have ginormous hair tonight. So sorry about that. But I really didn't know what I was doing. I posted on Facebook. I followed my leadership. I did the best that I could. I consistently posted on Facebook. I answered people's questions. If I didn't know the answer, I went to my upline, or I found out the answer through YouTube or different documents. My first month with Plexus, I made $1,164. I don't say that to sound bragging at all. I say that because of the beauty that is Plexus, the way that our compensation plan is set up. There's room for everyone to make money in this business. You don't have to be at the very, very top to make money. In July of 2015, I promoted to Emerald, which meant that we got to pick out a new Lexus. We got to go to Hawaii in September, and we got a substantial pay increase. So just keep that in mind as you're working this business. Yes, keep working toward Diamond, but also remember that there's room at every level of this company to make money. And I want to just encourage you guys, enjoy every promotion, whether it be silver, whether it be gold, senior gold. One of my biggest pet peeves is if when I hear someone say, I'm just a silver ambassador, or I'm just a gold ambassador. No, for crying out loud, you are a Plexus ambassador. And that is something to be thankful for and to be proud of at no matter what level you're at. So claim that, own that, recognize that you are representing products and a business that are changing people's lives. So like I said, I'm so honored that I was asked to be on this call tonight. I want to talk to you guys just for a few minutes about leadership. And over the past couple of years, I have gone to so many different trainings, and I've kind of compiled this list of 8 things that, in my opinion, make up a great leader. And I feel like there's a lot of great leaders on this call. Some of this is not going to be new information to a lot of you, but I'm still going to go forward with it anyways, because I feel like sometimes when you hear it from a different voice, it can really sink in. So these are just my top 8 things that make a really great leader. And I promise, I say 8, if we're not going to be here a really long time, I promise you. So the first one is to understand your leadership style. This took me some time. I had to recognize that I'm not going to lead the same way my sister leads. We're both. I wouldn't consider Jana an introvert, but I'm much more extroverted than my sister is. I can strike up conversations with strangers. She kind of can too, but it's just a little bit different. So I had to really start to understand my leadership style. And I could talk about this for a really, really, really long time. But instead, I want to point you to a resource that I'm sure Amy has shared with y'all on your team page. And that's the Danny Johnson GEMS quiz. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I know Amy does. The Emerald and Sapphire and Pearl and all that. And, don't get that confused with the Emerald and Sapphire and all that with Plexus. But I encourage each and every one of y'all to take that quiz. It will help you learn so much about yourself. And in my opinion, in becoming a good leader, that needs to be the first place you start, is learning about yourself so that you can move on and implement things into your team. Keep an eye on my doggy over here. Okay, so Danny Johnson's GEMS quiz, I want to encourage each and every one of y'all, if you haven't already, to take that. If you have taken it already, I encourage you, look back through it. See if there's any things you're missing in your leadership style, in your personality, that you could use to go further in your team, to train your team even further. Some of you that are more introverted, those one-on-one conversations are going to be great for you. Someone like me that's a lot more extroverted, I love Zoom calls. Oh my gosh. I wish all of y'all could be here in Dallas and I could just stand up and talk to all of y'all. But I love doing this kind of training. Both are great. Both work really, really well. You just got to figure out what works best for you. The second one, and this is going to sound a little bit backwards, but what makes a really good leader, in my opinion, is serving others. This is definitely taken from a biblical perspective. You've probably heard this in church before. So first of all, I want to make sure that this is drilled in everyone's head. Nobody in Plexus is your boss. You guys have an amazing upline with Amy Triplett. I can't say enough great things about this girl. I would say them in front of her face, and I would say them behind her back, and that's the sign of a true friend. Find out what people are saying behind your back. I can't say enough great things about her. But Amy knows, and I know, that Amy is not your boss. Amy doesn't want to be your boss. You are your own boss. That comes with a lot of freedom. It also comes with a lot of responsibility, where you have to set some work hours and things like that. So, okay, you're not your downline's boss. So what does it mean to serve them? Here's my opinion of what it looks like to serve your downline in Plexus. Number one is to pray for them and to pray with them. If someone asks you for prayer right then, whether it be about their team, their family, a personal issue, I encourage y'all, get into the habit of praying with them right then and there. And then also, follow up praying for them. You're doing this person the biggest favor you can possibly do. When you stop to pray for someone, you're doing more for them than you could do in any other way. You are talking to the King of Kings on their behalf. It's huge. The second thing is to serve others in Plexus. Help, encourage, and motivate your downline. Guys, there are going to be days when you do not feel motivated and you feel tired and you don't want to do this and you just want to crawl back under the covers. You've got to find ways to stay motivated. One of the ways that I do this is at the beginning of every single month, I go to YouTube and I find a few new testimonials that nearly or do bring me to tears. That keeps me motivated in this business. Keep those stories fresh in your mind of how these products are changing people's lives. You don't have to look far to find them. You've got to stay motivated in order to keep your downline motivated. Run contests, have team pages, all that jazz. And we that's a little bit on a different topic. But the third thing to serve others is don't quit. You can't quit. Once you have one person underneath you on your team, you're not allowed to quit. You're a leader, and they are looking to you. They're not looking to Amy. They're not looking to me or to Jana. They are looking to you for leadership. They signed up with you for a reason, so don't quit. Number 3, leadership is be passionate. Oh my gosh, I talk about having passion in this business all the time. I have been asked a number of times, what do you think is the key to this Plexus network marketing thing? The whole key to it is passion. The key to it is not going to events. It's not posting on Facebook. It's not getting on Zoom calls. It's not absorbing all the YouTube videos and all that. It's passion. Once you get that passion for these products and you see those testimonials that we were talking about that change people's lives, you will have a passion about this business and you will want to go to Zoom, to get on Zoom calls. You will want to post on Facebook, and you will be posting on Facebook like you never did before. You will want to be doing all those other things that we talked about that are necessary, but the passion has to come first. It has to. Stay passionate about this. Y'all, people are paying off debt. I mean, just me and my husband paying off his student loans. It's crazy. He was just talking to me the other night about how he used to lay in bed at night thinking, how am I ever going to pay this off? And I was teasing him. I'm like, oh, so that's why you married me and Plexus? Ha, ha, ha. Anyways, he married me when I was senior gold, so it wasn't for the emerald money. But we're able to pay these off so much faster than we ever thought imaginable. Y'all, that should get everyone so excited to see the potential there is in this business. Find those testimonials that we were talking about on YouTube. Keep them fresh. Maybe make a YouTube playlist so that on those days when you're feeling kind of sluggish about all of this, and I promise you, if they haven't already, those days will come. I tell people all the time that this business is kind of like a roller coaster, and I actually really love that analogy for 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't ride a roller coaster because it's scary. I ride it because it's fun. But through the ride of the roller coaster, there's some really scary parts. When you're plummeting to earth and you're not sure if it's going to pull back up, it can get scary. And the second part is I've never ridden a roller coaster by myself. You are not in this alone. All you have to do is look on this little Zoom call and see all these places where we look like the Brady Bunch. And you know we're not in this alone. You've got your upline, you've got your downline, you've got what we call your sidelines who maybe aren't on your team at all. But you get to know them through Plexus, and you guys are power partners, encourage each other. Number 4, making a good leader. And I'm going to whiz through some of the rest of these. Listen more and talk less. Oh my gosh, I'm preaching to the choir here. This is so hard for me. In case you can't tell, I like to talk. I saw Julie kind of giggle. She's like, oh. Anyways, no, I do. I love to talk. But it's so important to listen more and talk less. I don't know if y'all saw my Facebook post about the waitress from Texas Roadhouse. We went to lunch on Friday. She's signing up first thing in the morning, which I'm so excited about. But we went to lunch on Friday, and I sat there, and I was just asking her questions. This had nothing to do with Plexus. I'm just thinking, I want to get to know this girl. I want to know who she is, and to sit there and just listen. I found out very, very quickly what some of her needs were. That her strongest need is this business, not the products. That she needs this business to help get out of debt. And that was huge, huge. This was mentioned at Super Saturday. I didn't get this from Super Saturday. I actually got this from church years ago from Pastor Tom Messer at Trinity Baptist Church. People don't care about how much you know until they know about how much you care. And y'all, I'm not talking about being fake and sitting there and all the while in the back of your head thinking, I'm going to listen to you, helping you sign up for my Plexus team. I'm talking about being genuine, being real, and that may be something that we really have to pray for and ask God to give us, because sometimes it's not easy. We get some people that can kind of, I'll just be real, wear us out just a little bit, but to sit there and listen. Some people, that's all they need. They just need someone to listen, and I encourage y'all to do that, and it will, in turn, help your business. Empathize with people's health ailments and financial situations. Okay, so this is still going on the listen more, talk less thing. Someone tells you, hey, I'm interested in Plexus. Or say you're communicating through Facebook Messenger or whatever. The very first thing I would ask them is, tell me what interests you about it. Could it be? And then I list about 6 or 7 things that it could be. Could it be you need help with migraines, pain management, weight loss? I never mentioned weight loss first. Do you need some financial help? Because Plexus can offer that. And then listen. Let them respond back to you and listen to their needs. It's so very important. Then when you respond, empathize with them. Don't just jump right into, well, it sounds like you need the triplex and some X Factor. No, man, I am really sorry that you have been suffering with these migraines for so long. And I'm going to be praying with you about that. And if there's any time I can ever help you, let me know. Yada, yada, yada. And then tell them, I think I have something that can help you. And maybe send them a testimonial. Good one on migraines would be Amy Triplett. Number 5 on good leadership. Be positive. I talk about this all the time. Y'all, it's not easy. And again, I'm not talking about being fake. If you're having a bad day, here's how I kind of view that. If I'm having a bad day, it's going to stay within the walls of this house that I'm sitting in right now. I'm not putting it out there on Facebook. I'm not going to walk out this door. I'm going to try not to walk out this door and spread my bad day all over the world. Okay? Not worth it to me. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help anybody else. It really doesn't help anybody when I put it on Facebook. That's a pet peeve of my own. You own your own business. There will be highs and lows, like that roller coaster that we talked about. Remember, not everything needs to go on Facebook. It is not your diary or your therapist. Keep a high social media posture. And remember, I own my own business. I am number 1 representing Plexus. When I post on Facebook about Plexus, I'm representing Plexus. Number 2, I'm representing myself. And people are either going to want to join you or not. And you got to figure out, okay, if no one's joining me, could it be because I'm complaining too much on Facebook? Could it be because I post about how great Plexus is, and then the next post is how much my kids are just driving me crazy, and da, 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 da. Could it be? Be careful what you post. You never know what's going to trigger someone. I see posts quite often from people about their kid. I saw a woman the other day refer to her kids as her little brats, and I'm thinking, lady, how many women are reading your posts who can't have children? I mean, think about those things before, yes, and we all know that kids are angels. I know Samantha's kids are angels. She's agreeing with me there. So we all know that. But just keep a high social media posture. Keep in mind you are also representing a health and wellness company. So maybe don't post the giant picture of chocolate cake on Facebook, or I don't know. Anyway. There's another part of this talking about when you go out partying, maybe keep that off Facebook. But I don't know that applies too much to this team, but it may apply to some newbies down the road. But just keep a high social media posture. Remind yourself of that, and remind your team of that. Number 6, set high standards and have high morals. It's so important if you want to lead people. You set the tone for your whole team. I want to pause right here and mention something. My dear friend, Amy Triplett, to let you guys know kind of how close Amy and I are. I was a bridesmaid in her wedding like a billion years ago. I don't know how long you've been married. Is it 10, 12 years, 10 years? Something like that. 11 years. There we go. I was close. Amy was in my wedding back in November of 2014. Okay, so we're very close. We've stayed close. Plexus has kind of brought us back together as friends again. I love this girl. I love how hard she's worked. I cannot wait for her to go Emerald. And y'all, if you hear screaming and hollering and freaking out coming from Texas, it's me and Jana, because we are going to go bonkers. And Sunday and Alicia and Beth and Celeste, like we're all going to kind of freak out a little bit. But I want to tell you guys this. When Amy goes Emerald, it does not just benefit Amy. Okay? I want to make sure y'all know this. You will turn into an Emerald team, and that is huge. The closer you can get a jewel to you and your downline, the better. Because the closer that becomes, those people that are in your downline start seeing it as more of a reality for them. It's not these far off people that live in Texas that they don't know. It's someone that they know that they've met at a meeting, or it's someone that at least you know, and you can tell them, look, this is my friend and she did this. This is voice of experience speaking. It will change y'all's teams when Amy goes Emerald. All that being said, work your tails off to get Amy to Emerald, because I'm ready and I know she is too. Excuse me. So I wanted to just throw that in there. As I said, you set the tone for your whole team. Amy has set an amazing tone for this team. And when she goes Emerald, I promise you this whole team is just going to start to really skyrocket. I promise you it will. Number 7, encourage people on your team to lead as well. This is huge. Don't you always be the one doing all the leading. And I know Amy does a really great job at this. But if you know someone on your team has a really great testimonial and you have an event coming up, ask them to come and share. When we did our Super Saturday call, there were a few people that I asked to share who've never done events. They've never done a Zoom call or anything. One of them was kind of new. But I also knew that they would be kind of nervous about talking on a Zoom call, and that's why I asked them. I wanted to get them out of their comfort zone. I wanted to get them up talking in front of people. This business will stretch you in ways you never imagined. But make sure that you're encouraging people on your team to also lead. And then not just to get them out of their comfort zone, but if there's someone that you know is really good and they found their niche in one area, have them expand on that. And that's, Amy, I know in your what was it called in December, the weight loss group that you did, I see you busy typing. No Gain Campaign. There you go. I know you did a great job at that. She was telling me all that she did and how she put different people in charge of different things. And that's huge. It will help build their confidence. I did a Zoom call today with a girl who's been an ambassador for probably a year and a half. She's never done an event. She's never done a Zoom call. And kind of boosted her confidence in a big way. Number 8, dedicate your business to God. I saved the most important for last. Without him, you wouldn't have it. James 1:17, every good gift and every perfect gift comes from above. Do not forget that, you guys. Go into this and remind yourself as often as you can, I would not have this if God hadn't given it to me. Is it silly to think that a network marketing company can come from God? Absolutely not. When I hear stories like I heard today, once again, her testimony, my friend Terry Paxton, how her Plexus money is being used to build an orphanage in India, yeah, that's of God. When we sat in church this morning and we were able to write a bigger tithe check than what we were writing this time a few months ago, that's of God. Dedicate your business to God. Make sure you are doing that giving back part. Our CMO, Alec Clark, he will preach at convention. If you've been blessed, be a blessing. Turn back and give to others. Give the waitress a bigger tip and leave her your Plexus card. Please don't be a cheap tipper if you're leaving your Plexus card, okay? If you're going to tip cheap, don't leave your card. But make sure that you're giving back. I think that's really, really important. And part of why I think that's important is how I was raised. My parents are the biggest givers you've ever met in your life. And I'm not just talking about money and all that, but I remember growing up every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, we went to the grocery store, we bought gobs and gobs and gobs of groceries, and we took them to a family in need. My dad was in ministry. I mean, it wasn't like we weren't millionaires or anything like that. But my dad learned very early on in his ministry, what the Bible teaches: when you're blessed, be a blessing. And in turn, God will bless you for being that blessing. I wholeheartedly believe in my life, in my husband's life, that Plexus was given to us by God, and that's how we try to treat it. That's all I have. One last note I have written down at the bottom of my page, and I don't really know what point this goes with, but I'm going to throw it out here because it's really good. Gratefulness destroys grumbling. So there you go. That could be in the be positive part. And it's so true. It's really hard to grumble out of one side of your mouth while you're being grateful and thankful out of the other. So that's all I got.
Amber, that was so good. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. I forgot how wise and amazing you are sometimes. I love you so much.
Well, I try. I'm going to hop off here. I have a girl to call at 8:30. And if y'all wouldn't mind just whispering a prayer, this girl desperately needs this business. And I'm excited to talk to her about it. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us and getting to know us a little bit. And we are excited about it. Definitely pumped up for our 6 Week Challenge group. Thanks, Amber.
I love you, Amy. And I'm serious. You guys get her to Emerald.
Whoop, whoop.
Bye.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, so everyone else stay on here for a few minutes because I just want to kind of go over what the 6 Weeks Challenge was. But before, so thumbs up, or if you want to say how awesome was that? Did you guys take notes? Anybody take some notes? Okay, I am so excited. That was so good. Awesome. Okay, so we mentioned before, some of you have already done the 6 Week Challenge group, and let me just talk about logistics. Each week, usually Sunday night, just so you can get a fresh start for Monday, I will post a challenge for that week. It's usually about, I don't know, anywhere between 6 and 8 little activities that I want you to do that week, and you're going to have to turn some things in. So I'll be honest with you, I am a giant softie. I just am. I have the gift of mercy. So last time when we did the challenge group, I didn't actually kick anybody off. But I have learned, and I've heard from several people who have done this, that it really needs to be those who want it. So, and if you think I'm not going to kick you off, you're not going to do it. So I've determined that if it's too much on you, you let me know, and you can do it next time with us. It doesn't mean you're kicked out of Plexus by any means. It doesn't mean you don't get to be trained. It just means that maybe you're not quite ready, and next time when we do it, you could be there. And I'm still here to help you. Your sponsor's still here to help you. But this is going to be a tough love challenge group. So if you're not able to keep up with the challenges, then of course I'm going to, I'll reach out to you first, but I'll probably let you know that next time would probably be better for you, because I want this to be for those who are serious to grow their business. The other thing is, you're all going to be assigned partners. I have not yet assigned your partners just because I'm still getting some emails. I said 5 o'clock. Again, I'm a big softie. I said 5 o'clock was the deadline, but I'm going to go ahead and give you until about 11 o'clock tonight. So get your paragraphs in if you haven't yet. And then I'm going to assign your partners, and I'll post those in the morning. But you have to remember the reason why we're doing partners, and I don't know if Shannon or Natalie's on this one, but the reason I'm doing partners is because it's so helpful, especially having a sideline that somebody knows exactly where you are. I'm in the Senior Rubies group right now, and I'm telling you, it has helped me so much because I feel like you have someone, to keep you motivated, to keep someone to, bounce ideas off of, somebody who just knows exactly how you're feeling. So the partners is just, something that I feel like has been so beneficial. I've gotten so much really, really great feedback from having a partner. So in that, your partner is depending on you. Okay, so I think it was Natalie. I don't know if she's on here. Natalie Browder. She's so cute. She should go gold this month. She is a rock star, but she wasn't quite doing the business. But once she had a partner, knowing somebody was depending on her, she was like, oh, that was the thing that was like, okay, I'm not going to let this person fail because I'm not doing my part. So remember, people are depending on you, or your partner is. If for some reason your partner does fall off planet Earth and just quits on you and you need a new partner, please reach out to me and let me know. And chances are that could have happened to somebody else. So I'll reassign you a partner, or if there's no partners left, I'll put you with, I might put 3 people together. So you're not alone. That's my point. So that's going to be super exciting. Oh, good. Okay, Julie, read what Julie says about having a partner. It's awesome. So anyway, we're going to be doing partners. Now, here's the thing. Each week, you're going to get points, and you'll see this. So whenever you complete the challenges, you're going to get points based on your challenges. The team, the partners that have the highest points that week will get to share on the Zoom call, because there's a lot of us, so not everybody's, unless you have something, you're dying to say. But for the most part, you're going to have the honor to share and talk about how your week went, any tips that you had, things like that. In this group, I also want you to feel like you're safe. So if you have a question, please use that 6-week group. These are all people who are hungry for the business, wanting to grow. If you have, let's say, a really good experience, like Amber was saying with their waitress, or if you just need encouragement, if you have a question, please feel free to ask and reach out. That's what we're here for. We all want to support and help each other. Okay, I see somebody. I don't know what this is. It says lower hand. What does that mean? Who's raising their hand? If somebody has their hand raised, I can't see who it is, but wants to say something, please do. Who is that? Is that Sarah? The little thing is over Sarah's name. I don't know what that means, but if you are raising your hand and you want to say something, please unmute yourself and please do. So I'm going to let Julie McNeely, she's just going to share, because we actually did this group in October, and we had amazing growth. We actually have people doing it that maybe couldn't make it the whole 6 weeks, and that's okay too. So they're doing it again, and that's amazing, because the only way to fail in this is to quit. That's it. So you keep going, you keep trying, and I'm very amazed by you guys who are doing it again. So Julie, would you mind sharing your experience with the 6-week group that we did in October?
I get myself unmuted. Yeah, sure, no problem. And Amy, you can just, if you need to ask me questions to guide me, if I get off in a direction you don't want me to, just tell me. Yeah, this group, I'll be really honest with you, I have no doubt that I would not be where I am in the business if it weren't for this group. It's just so super encouraging. And I think it's great because it's stuff that a lot of this, if you've been around for maybe a month or even 2 months or maybe even 2 weeks, you maybe will have heard a lot of these things. You maybe have heard them in a Zoom call, some of them seen posted on a page that you follow. But what's great about it is in this group, it gives you a timeline, and when it makes you put things on paper, and it kind of takes things out of this world in your mind and makes you put it down on paper. And really, you just put feet to the dream is what I kind of look at it as. And I just really have loved that, because there were things that I didn't doubt that I could do, but it was just getting someone to motivate me to do them and say, do it within this time frame. And another great thing that it really sets up is I love that it's that the challenges are put out there on a Sunday, and you have to have them finished on Sunday, and then you meet on a Sunday night for your Zoom meeting, because it really sets up a great pattern for you in your business, whether this is your only business or whether you have another full-time job or another part-time job or you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever. one of the things that's so fantastic is it sets you up to where on Sundays, you're really planning out your week. You are sitting there and you're looking, you're saying, okay, if this is my challenge, then this is what I have to do. It really just gets you in a really great pattern and routine for gauging your week and seeing what's going to need to be done, what action steps need to be taken within that week to accomplish that goal. And if you would just stay in those patterns, I mean, there's no way that you can't see some level of success every week if you will just do what is the challenge that's put before you. And I'll give you an example of that. One of the things, I had probably been in, a month? I mean, I've been around Plexus. I was an ambassador. I signed up as an ambassador January 30th last year. No interest in selling, but after seeing what the products did for me, just really prayed and asked the Lord about it. And so I began selling. I think my first post was mid-September this year, 2015. So I had probably been around maybe a month and a half by the time we started the 6 week. And I honestly, y'all, I had no clue what I was doing. I really had no clue. And I'd heard the whole, you need to write your why. And I'll be really honest with you, a lot of these things that you'll be doing that they'll ask you to do, I had heard those things. And I was like, oh, this is so cheesy. I've got to write my why. I got to make a list of 100. I mean, I was like eye rolling to the back of my head every time that we would have one of these things. And the truth is, it is those very things that are the foundation that I'm standing on right now as a gold ambassador and part of the way to a senior gold. And it's all because I did the work. And if you will just do it, and I know the other part of it is y'all, I've got a full life. I have a lot of things going on, and some of y'all on this call know me and that's true. But if just being intentional with finding the space that you can put Plexus in. And one of the things that you'll do in these first couple of weeks is you'll talk about IPA, income producing activities. You'll talk about your daily method of operation. Don't shortchange those things. They will be game changer for you. I go back and look at those papers, those things that I wrote down so many times, and I go back and look at that why, and I go back and watch my little why video, or I show it to somebody else. Those very things I did, I'm still using now, and I know that I will be. So I just really encourage you to just go all in. And if after this 6 weeks you seriously say, I still know it's not for me, okay, then that's fine. But don't do that. Don't make that decision unless you've gone all in for these 6 weeks, because I promise you, you will not recognize yourself. You will not recognize your business at the end of the 6 weeks if you will just go all in. Okay, the end.
Wow. Thank you, Julie. I could not agree more. It's so awesome. Yes, please just dedicate right now. You're going to do this. And I want to tell you, it's not magic. I mean, it's like she said, it's things you've probably already heard. I'm going to be 2 years. It'll be 2 years for me in the end of February. And I still do it. I'm doing it with you. Like, I'm not just going to put it out there for you guys. I'm doing these right along with you because it grows my business. Like I said, Amber had a job jump off the call to talk to another potential person. I'm still working right along with you. So it's so neat. And the best thing you could do is get everything you can from this group. And then you do the same thing for your team. The next time I'm going to do another one February 28th. And I think it would be great for you as a gold ambassador, because you could totally be gold at the end of this, like Julie was. Do it for your team and let it duplicate. That's the beauty of this whole thing. So I am very excited. I see some of you are so awesome. I see Taylor on here. She just jumped on. She's at Publix working. And look how dedicated she is. She topped on here. She's one of my newer ambassadors, and she's a little rock star. But look at her in her Publix. I love it. Okay. She's waving. Okay, so we have, typically I like to keep these things less than an hour. So we're awesome. We're like 20 minutes early. Whoop, whoop. But tell me, I want to stay on for you. If you need to go ahead. I'm going to keep it recording, though, in case anyone has a question. So we'll take like 5 minutes for questions. So if you have any questions about this group or anything you want to say, can you use the chat? Awesome sauce. Okay. Very cool.
Hey,
or
Amy, can I say one?
Yep, go for it.
Sorry, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I just want to tell y'all too, this is something that I was a little timid about at first, and especially in this group, don't be afraid to reach out don't be afraid to reach out to Amy or to me or to any of us that are on this call that maybe have been through it before. The worst thing you can do is to sit behind your computer or behind your keyboard on Facebook and feel like you're the only one. Please reach out and message us or message somebody, message your sponsor, message your upline, because y'all, I promise you, whatever feeling you're having, we've had it too. And so I really, really just want to encourage y'all that you are not alone, because even when you have the crummy days, you're not. We've all been there.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, and we still have those days, but you know what? We keep going. Like she said, passion and belief is the number one thing you can do. Keep building that. So awesome. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? We'll take, like I said, about 5 minutes. No, we're good? I was a teacher, and I was told you're supposed to wait 8 seconds, and the 8 seconds are so long. Like, you're supposed to be quiet after you ask a question and wait 8 seconds. I'm going to wait 8 seconds, and if nobody says anything, then we're going to call it good night. I'm going to post your partners, and I'm going to post your first assignment. I will not post your partners probably until the morning, because I want to make sure everybody gets in their paragraph. Because if you didn't do your paragraph, sorry, got to wait till next time. That's the first qualifying assignment. So, 8 seconds. Who has a question? All right. Ooh, we have a question. Okay. Okay. So a customer told you to stop taking Plexus because it's causing her a lot of problems. Okay. So I'm not a doctor, so I'm never going to tell her not to listen to her doctor, but I would ask more questions. And if there's other leaders on this group, so if you have a different answer, please help me here. But what I would do is I would say, oh, okay, so which ingredient do you think is causing problems? Because sometimes synthetic things and natural things do collide, so you want to make sure that it's not. But I would definitely ask more questions. For instance, my kids, we went, I wanted to make sure they could, especially when I first started, I didn't have the belief I did now. I just took my bag of Slim to the doctor, and I was like, can my kids take this? And the doctor was like, no. She had no clue what it was, but she's not going to tell me to give my kid something called Slim, which looks like just a diet product for adults. So when I said, well, let me rephrase that. I said, can you look at the ingredients? Is there anything in here that can hurt them? Because I know other people give them to their children. And so when she actually looked at the ingredients, and then especially the probiotic, when I showed her the ingredients, I said, is there anything in here that would be harmful to my children? She was like, no, actually, this is really great. So I got it approved that way. However, when I first was like, hey, can I take this stuff called Slim? Then, they're going to say no. So my thing is I would just say, oh, okay, why not? And I would have her question the doctor, which part is unsafe. Because as you guys know, I have tons of pregnant women, tons of nursing moms. My daughter's taken everything since she was 2. I believe they're 100% safe. We have lots of people. Amber, who just spoke, she's off 4 medications. But again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm never going to advise somebody medically. So I would just ask questions if that helps. Let's see. Okay. All right, yeah, so just like I said, just ask more questions. If somebody's on Synthroid, that's something that I've heard you need to take 2 or 3 hours apart from our Plexus products or anything. All right? 8 seconds. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. Again, use that page to encourage each other, ask questions there, reach out to me. Your life is going to be, you're not even going to recognize it. Just the personal growth alone is worth it. It's going to be amazing. So I'm really, really proud of you. You can do this. And I will post in about an hour your new assignment. Get your paragraphs in if you haven't so I can partner you up. All right. Have a great night, and I will see you guys later. Bye.